Hi everybody. I thought I'd talk you through a typical, difficult, bloody week and how I cope with them, the ups and downs. I thought you'd find that really helpful. And so this is a little bit about, quite a lot about endurance. Actually, that's the theme, I think, of this one. Coming to the end of week 11. I said last week it was week 11 and I got that wrong. It was end of week 10, wishing away my weeks. So this is kind of a video about endurance. So the definition of endurance is the ability to endure a difficult situation, which I feel like I'm an expert in this year, without giving way, or to last or withstand wear and tear. My poor body, it's been through a lot of wear and tear lately. There is a story that Ernest Hemingway was approached by F. Scott Fitzgerald. He was trying to write Tender as the Night, apparently, and had complete writer's block, could not do it, and was really, really struggling. And Ernest Hemingway approached Ernest Hemingway and said, I can't do it. I just don't know what to do. And I love this advice. Ernest Hemingway said to him, you just have to go on. Which I thought was brilliant. You just have to go on when it is worst and most helpless, which was really uplifting. There is only one thing to do, and that is go straight on through to the end of the damn thing, which I thought was absolutely brilliant, but actually so true, so true. And I was reflecting over that this week. This week has been a real up and down week. We have been all over the place as a family this last fortnight, actually. Our emotions and our experiences, both me personally and us as a family, we've been up and down all over the place. And I just wanted to talk you through how I cope, how I don't cope as well, and how that impacts me on plan and how I manage. So I won't go through the minutiae details for confidentiality reasons, but I've had some family stuff going on that has obviously, as a mum, has implicated me, which has caused tears, lots of tears. On Tuesday, I had, I've got a really painful shoulder, and I had my second steroid injection, which causes a real increase in pain. I also hosted a menopause cafe Tuesday night, rather stupidly actually, thinking that the local anaesthetic that goes in with the steroid would help with that. Really didn't. So I was hosting it whilst in an extraordinary amount of pain. I really hope that wasn't picked up on by the speaker and by the ladies at the menopause cafe. I tried to hide it as best I could, but when that was over, I was in floods of tears because I was in so much pain. I was also told by the GP that it looked like, because the shoulder had not responded to the first injection, that I was heading towards surgical intervention. I've had so many problems with my health this year. That was just really difficult to hear. But I was thinking, no, but it might work. And she actually said, but it might work. Let's see. So I was kind of up thinking it might work. And then today's Thursday, I was lifting some products out of a box, and rather stupidly didn't ask for a bit of help, and it really pulled at my shoulder, and the thought then immediately flashed into my mind, it hasn't worked. Dropped the box, cried out in pain, and my husband came rushing in from his office, and of course I was just in floods of tears because of course the thought then came into my head, it just hasn't worked, and I'm just heading down the pathway of surgery. Floods of tears around that. then we found out this week that my son has got a job, which we were so delighted about. So champagne came out. I'm on plan, of course, so I shouldn't be having champagne. Bloody did have champagne though, because this is, for all reasons I won't go into, is just the most brilliant news. I did have champagne. We've also had, I have had lunch out twice with friends. I've sat through both of those and stayed 100% on plan. So those are times when I could have felt really, oh, this isn't fair, but I endured and did not eat off plan. So endurance is about never quitting and going through, and I wanted to talk through not muddling up the thoughts and emotions, and how important it is to feel the emotions. So when I felt the intense pain when I picked up the products and realised that the steroid injection has not worked, the second one, I allowed the sadness to come through, and after I allowed myself to cry, and I allowed myself to have a good hug with my husband, and then he needed to go off to the dentist, so I allowed myself to then sit down and just cry. I had a really good cry and grieved, and allowed myself to process that this is another health issue that I've now got to face. And then what I did was I just said to myself, it's okay, you've been through a lot this year and you know you've got the strength to get through this. I then opened my laptop, and we have private health cover with my husband's job, and I immediately logged on to Aviva and put in out my health claim, and just thought, it's all right, just get on and deal with it and just get through it and just do those steps that you need to do. So I just felt the emotions and let them flow, and as I just did that, I just went through it, and I know it'll probably come up again, but it allowed it to just be released, and I just went through it. And what I was struck with was a word I use so much with my clients is I access my toolkit. I thought, right, what do I need to do here? I didn't think about it a lot, but I just accessed my toolkit in that moment of feeling the pain and thinking the thought of, oh God, it hasn't worked, here I go again. And I just thought, right, okay, I need a hug, I need to let myself cry, and here I go. I've just got to deal with whatever is coming next. And I don't know that I need surgery yet. I've just got to deal with the next step, which is, well, let's get the specialist involved, and let's see what I've got to face and deal with. Let's not catastrophize, let's just deal with the next step. So I've just got to, and I think that's why I've maintained my weight loss for so long, is I've learned to build up my toolkit for coping with whatever life throws at me. And I don't always manage it, and then I think, okay, what is it that I need in my toolkit to help me cope? And that, I think, is what endurance is kind of all about, is that's how you endure and how you get through stuff, is by just pushing through and thinking, what do I need to help me to get through? And sometimes you need to use all sorts of different things to help you endure. So yeah, that's kind of what I want to talk to you all about today, is just keep on keeping on, and don't catastrophize. Think, what do I need to do in this moment today to help me keep on keeping on? Don't worry about what's happened in the past, because you can't control that. Don't worry about what's happening in the future, because like me, I don't know that I need surgery because I haven't had a scan yet. I haven't seen anyone yet, so I don't know what's happening. I haven't seen the specialist yet, so I can't catastrophize, and I can't think about that yet. So let's just focus on what I need to do today, which is exactly what I did, which was, let's put the claim in. Just deal with what I need to do today, and have that hug, have a cry, and do what I need to do today, and focus. And gratitude, oh, that is such an important part of being present in the now. That always makes me cope with whatever's going on in my life. That's such an important part, actually, of enduring anything. I find is just being so grateful. It immediately makes me cope, is to, okay, have that cry or whatever I need to do to process the emotion, and then I find that if I immediately switch that to, what have I got to be grateful for? That lunch today that I had, okay, I couldn't take part in the food, but we had a fantastic laugh, and it was lovely to get together with my friends. And I switched the focus away from what I couldn't do, and focused enormously on how lovely my friends are, and how it was lovely to connect with them, and all the fun things I've had today. And all the brilliant things that have gone on today, I've found myself switching my focus to that. So yeah, keep on going through and keep on going on. There's only one way forwards. Keep on going on to the end of the damn thing. You can do it. Hope it helps.